This new mower that I'm going to try to save here, I shouldn't say new, it's just new in my series of lawnmower repair that I'm doing to try to share my knowledge after working on, I estimate, over 1,000 push mowers in the last few years. I specialized in Briggs and Stratton, and that's because I like them and because they're tough, and it's not that hard to find parts for them, and they're fun to work on, at least for me. Hondas are great mowers, but I'm not fond of working on them. This is a Craftsman 4.5 horsepower, and because it's rated in terms of horsepower, that means it's a pretty old one because they quit doing that a few years ago. And unless somebody's changed the rewinder, the date should be accurate and should be up there. Let's see if I can see it with this flashlight. Okay, it says it's from 2005. Which I think is probably correct. I think they were still rating them on horsepower instead of gross torque back then. Here's the model number. 917.385320. And as you can see, this thing somebody's gotten really creative with it, with the zip locks and the weird adjustments to the kill switches. I assume what they wanted to do when they wanted to kill the mower is touch that wire to the deck, since it's attached up there. I disconnected the main spring so I could at least pull the cord and see if it had compression, which it appears to have. The problem is there's hardly any oil in this mower, and it may be because it's leaked out around the main seal. And the reason I say that is everything looks kind of damp down here, but I don't see any drips. I've had this mower up on this table overnight and there's not a single drip. There is a little bit of oil in it, so I would think that if it was leaking it would drip, but then again, maybe not. There's some moisture. I wonder what that is. Why would it be over there? That looks like oil. It could be. Sometimes these tires will leak out these little weep holes they put on them. But I'm not sure why that was up there. But as you can see how shiny that is. I think that's oil, and that looks like caked oil, and it's pretty damp looking, so this mower may need a main seal. But then again, why isn't it, if there's oil in the crankcase, there should be some on this table, because I had it here overnight, and it is dry on the table. So anyway, that's the situation, and I'm calling this mower Ivy. So we're going to rescue Ivy, the Craftsman 4.5 horsepower, and you can tell by that air filter and tank over there, that's a pulsa-jet carburetor system. So let's get her back flat on the table. And like I said, I have pulled the cord on this mower, and like when I tilt it back, I always said, oh, look at all that oil. But then if you wipe the dipstick, there's not very much in there. It barely shows on the dipstick. So let's begin. When I got this mower in a group of 4 that I bought 4 mowers for $60. This is the first one I think that I worked on from that group. So let's let's begin. Let me set up my tripod here. And we're going to see what's what. The wheel adjusters were pretty frozen, so I squirted some WD-40 on them and then hit the wheel with a rubber hammer just to unlock it. I did put an old spark plug in here so I can check for compression. It appears to have some. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is get all this weird stuff off the back. The various ziplocs and all that stuff. And that's not my style to do that. I may make a temporary kill switch, but I'm not going to have people grabbing wires and stuff. So let me get my gloves on and we're going to start yanking this stuff off. And that'll be our very first step. Then I will probably put some oil in here, and it'll be some old oil because I'm not ready to, especially if it just leaks out around the main seal. Why would I put brand new oil in it? Let me get something to cut these ziplocs with. Get them out of the way. There's a couple of them all wound around here. Pieces are coming out now. Get it off of this piece here. It's got at least 4 ziplocs on here. There we go. So all the ziplocs are off. And I'm taking the spring off, so now this moves freely. It does touch the contact point on the kill switch, so that's good. For now, I'm just going to put a rubber band on here, so that if by some miracle I do get this thing running, I have a way of shutting it off. You guys have probably seen me do this enough times, but here's what I do. Just tie a little knot in the end of a pull rope, a piece of one. And string that through the hole. Need to seal that with a lighter. Here's my, hang on a second. Okay, I've sealed that with a butane lighter. And we'll string it up like this so the knot is on the bottom. You don't want to slip through very easily. Pushing it, and we get my nose pliers. Grab the end of that sticking up right there. Pull it through. Now I take my rubber band, I double it over, run the little string down through it, and then bring rubber band up here, through there, and around the middle part of where that string comes out, so that when I pull on it, I can now do this. So that kills it, then it comes back, and you can pull the cord and it will start. If everything else is working. The muffler seems good. A lot of times they're loose and flopping around. That one's good. I think I may go ahead and put some oil in here. It's going to be some older oil. This main seal is leaking. I don't want it just to waste a bunch of oil on it, so I'm going to pour this in there. And see where that is on the dipstick. It'll kind of help tell the tailor just how low the oil is. It is at least touching the safe range. So I'm going to put about another half teacup or teacup of old oil in here. And that'll be enough to test this mower anyway. And we're going to see. I'll probably leave it on the table overnight again, just to see if it all leaks out or some of it leaks out or whatever. So that is showing up now as being almost the perfect level. Let me try it again. Okay, it must have been some oil in there. It's just below the perfect level, but well in the safe range. As you can see, I've got a lot of filth here built up, so just clean some of that crap off of there. And when you come back, this will be a little cleaner. But we're off to a good start with Ivy. Tune back in soon. We'll go into phase 2.